today's tutorial, I will show you how to create this gorgeous floral dresser that looks like a hand-painted garden. Hi, it's Vima for Redesign with Prima. First, I'm going to start by removing the paint from the previous design of this beautiful vintage dresser. For this step, I will be using my sander with 120 grit sandpaper and then gradually moving to a finer 200 grit sandpaper. Once I finish sanding, I will use a spray bottle with a little of water to lightly mist the surface. This helps remove all the dust that accumulated during the sanding process. For this project, I will be painting the dresser using the color Birch. Since I'm not using a primer and the paint color is a soft white, I will be applying 3 coats of paint, allowing the piece to dry between each layer. This paint dries fairly quickly, but drying time can vary depending on the climate where you live. Here I am applying the second coat of paint, and during the painting process, I like to lightly mist the surface with the spray bottle. And this is the third and final coat I will be applying. Now let's move on to the floral design. For this project, I will be using this beautiful new transfer called Scarlet Embrace. The set includes 4 sheets that create a continuous floral pattern, and they can be arranged depending on the needs of your project. For this dresser, I'll be using all 4 sheets, applying them one at a time. I will start on the lower right side of the dresser. As you can see, the drawers are not completely flat. They have a raised edge along each side. To make sure the design flows continuously across the drawers, I will use my fingers to gently mark where the raised edge is so I know exactly where to trim the transfer. Once I mark the line, I will cut the transfer sheet, remove the backing, and carefully place it onto the dresser. To separate the transfer between the drawers, I will carefully use a craft knife to cut along the gap, making sure not to damage the paint between the drawers. Next, I will use the transfer tool included in the package and gently rub over the design, slowly lifting the acetate sheet and revealing the transfer underneath. This process does take some time, so I recommend not to rush in it. In the video, the footage is speed up, but in reality, I took my time applying the transfer to ensure a smooth and seamless finish. Once part of the design is revealed, I will gently run my hands over the surface to make sure the transfer is fully adhered and that there are no air bubbles. Then, I will use a polishing pad which helps remove any halo around the transfer and improves the adhesion of the design to the surface. I will be adding the pieces that I trimmed from the sheet and repeat the same process. In this design, the floral composition flows naturally across the dresser, creating a soft and romantic look. The arrangement features beautiful roses and shades of blush pink, soft rose, and deep burgundy, mixed with delicate leaves and branches. Instead of placing the flowers symmetrically, the design moves diagonally across the drawer. It begins with lighter airy branches on the left side and gradually grows into fuller clusters of roses toward the center and lower right. This creates movement and makes this piece feel like a blooming garden. When the drawers are closed, the floral pattern connects perfectly, forming one continuous design across the dresser. The soft background allows the flowers to stand out. I will leave you with the rest of the transfer process. Once our main design is finished, we can move on to the sealing process. For this step, I will be using a water-based sealer called Ultra Guard in a satin finish. I like to apply it using a sponge that has been lightly damped with water using a spray bottle. First, I will pour a small amount of the sealer into a container. Then I will dip the sponge into the sealer and remove the excess along the edge of the container to avoid applying too much product. Next, I will gently glide the sponge from side to side over the transfer, applying just enough sealer to cover the entire design. This process can be done with 1, 2, or even 3 coats, depending on the amount of use the furniture piece will receive. Just be sure to allow the sealer to dry completely between each coat. For this dresser, I applied 2 coats. Now let's move on to the top of the dresser. For the top, I will be using 2 stain colors, light oak and cappuccino. I will be mixing mostly the lighter color with just a small amount of the darker one to create a soft blended tone. Once the 2 stains are mixed, I will apply the mixture to the top surface on the dresser. This piece already had a similar tone before, but with paint wash and a sealer that I removed previously. This time, I wanted to apply a permanent wood stain. I will be using a cotton applicator pad to apply the stain, but you can also use a brush, cloth, or a sponge for this step. I will continue applying the stain until the entire surface and the edges are covered. Then I will wait about 15 to 20 minutes before removing the excess stain using another clean, dry cotton pad. You can also use a cloth for this step. These types of stains take several days to fully cure, so I recommended keeping the piece in an area where it is protected from wind or dust while it dries. Now for our final decorative step, I will be using gold leaf to enhance the lower part of the dresser and give it an elegant finishing touch. To apply the gold leaf, I will use a tacky adhesive spray working in small sections. After applying the adhesive, I will wait a few moments until it becomes tacky. Then I will carefully apply the gold leaf sheets one at a time. I recommended wearing gloves during this step, as it makes handling the delicate sheets much easier. I also use a soft synthetic brush to gently press the gold leaf into place and help it adhere properly. After waiting a moment for the adhesive to set, I will remove the excess gold leaf. This process can be a little messy, but the results are definitely worth it. These gold leaves are beautiful and give your project a regal and luxurious finish. To enhance all the details of this piece, I will apply a black glaze. I will add a little water to the glaze to thin it out slightly since it's quite thick. I will work in sections, applying the glaze with a brush over the gold leaf and then immediately wiping away the excess with a soft cloth. This technique helps highlight the details and texture of the design. If you feel like you've applied too much glaze, you can easily remove the excess using a baby wipe. I also add a little of same glaze to the front sides of the dresser and the center top area to accentuate the carved details of this beautiful piece. And this is how the dresser looks after painting and adding all these beautiful finishing details. Let me know in comments, what do you think about this transformation, and if you would like to try something similar on one of your furniture pieces. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the Redesign with Prima channel, and also to my channel Renewal a Sons of Renewal. I will see you in another flip.